Hey, Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And today is Wednesday. I'm actually recording this on Wednesday, August 15th. And I don't know about you, but I suddenly kind of got into relaxation mode in a big time. So we call this parasympathetic dominance. So if on Wednesday you suddenly, after about 11 a.m. in the morning Eastern, just, started getting tired or sleepy, sorry about that, but it has to do with a whole world healing going on right now. It's a good thing. So sometimes when we're tired, we think it's bad, but in this case, it's a good thing going into healing mode. And this what's called parasympathetic dominance is a temporary thing, and your body's going into this healing mode. And so if you hopefully, honored that space, you can kind of sit back and relax a little bit. I'm here out in nature in the sun because my body's like, I don't want to do work today, and I'm usually incredibly productive, as many of you know. So it's like, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so if you were feeling that, let me just share with you everything that was happening. Since last week, there has been a whole elevation. I call it an infiniverse healing, love, light, and truth. So it's like all of creation is expanding in light, love, and truth. I couldn't really get a range for that because it's like that's everything, all of creation. There's a huge range, but in general, what we're getting is that the whole of creation is quote unquote healing. Now, when that happens, some of us, especially those that are sensitives, have a need to what we call recalibrate our various different bodies to accommodate that shift. So you might have, felt some little, glitches here and there, ascension-related glitches. So you might want to check if you do divine muscle testing. Given the infiniverse healing, has my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, dimensional bodies been completed in its recalibration, or has the recalibration been completed fully? And if not, you can go ahead and command that to do a Topocan healing directive and just command that be completed with ease, grace, and speed. So that might be helpful for you. I know it was helpful for some other people to have that, kind of completed quickly, that process. Now, yet another process is going on where our energetic bodies are transforming into our light bodies. Now, this is not news for many people, but it's interesting that that process, at least at this point, at least what I'm understanding from my interpretation of, my questions asking to source answering me, is that this process is now completing. So, and what was really interesting is that wants to complete not just for this timeline, but for all of our timelines. So setting that intention there that all of our energetic bodies and whatever timelines it's relevant for and for the highest good, be able to transform into our light bodies with ease, grace, and speed. And completing that process. So many of you, this has completed, and again, may put you into that parasympathetic healing mode of feeling tired temporarily as your body goes into that healing state. The third thing, which is related to this, is that the positive morphic fields that we already have that are in our energetic bodies, those actually have to be translated to a form of what I'm understanding is light language. I'm not just talking about the whole verbal, light language that people do, but it doesn't have to be, verbal, but that the energetic body, this morphic, all the positive morphic fields are now actually translating to the light body version of those morphic fields, so to speak. So, for example, for your healthy physical liver, there is a healthy energetic blueprint for the liver. Now there is a healthy light body blueprint for the liver, so to speak. I know I'm simplifying it, but that's the best I can explain it. So again, this might have put you in a state, especially as of Wednesday, into a healing mode. Hopefully it won't last too long, because I'm sure many of you have lots of things to do. But if you can relax during those times, and the great opportunity here is, I notice for myself, going into that parasympathetic mode, it is so much easier to go into a state of being like that attention to that vibration, and then the you feeling is so amplified. It's like being on a ton of CBD oil. You know, that's what it feels like for me to be in this state. So I could just sit there and stare at the wall. So take that opportunity to tap into that being state. Some of you have already joined me. We started Tuesday for the 21-day being while doing STOIM challenge. So the STOIM stands for stillness through observing internal movement. So it's a doorway in to get into our state of being, and then practicing it while we have our eyes open and doing other things. Like right now I'm talking to you, but I can feel that frequency, that vibration, that chi, or energy flowing in my body as I'm talking to you. So that awareness and doing that multiple times a day, could be for 1 second, could be for 3 seconds, could be for a whole minute if you want. I have my mindfulness bell app set for every 20 to 30 minutes to ring me, just to remind me to pay attention to that feeling. So it's a wonderful practice, and it's amazing the different things that can come out of it, including increased sense of peace, calm, centeredness, negative emotions just kind of washing and dissolving away naturally without you having to work at it, better sleep, deeper sleep, higher intuitive guidance, being able to just take action on something without necessarily have to thinking it through so much. It's kind of exciting, really. So the 21-day challenge is formally being hosted at the Light Warrior Network on Facebook, so you can join me at the Light Warrior Network on Facebook on the event page, and I'll be posting some polls and some videos there to help you along in this 21 days. So so definitely join us if you're interested in having more peace, calm, and centeredness in your life over the next 21 days and hopefully beyond. So a couple of announcements. On Monday, I'm going to be actually out of town visiting family, but we have Tyhson Banighan's show we did on the Assemblage Beam. So if you're not sure what the Assemblage Beam is, this is an energetic field coming out of the heart area that creates all the other energetic fields of the body. This is probably a good time to revisit that, or if you haven't seen it, to go ahead and have your Assemblage Beam corrected so it is in the optimal place. So it's centered, and you can find out more from the radio show page that we're putting up in the next day or two. And if you're on my mailing list at KarenCan.com, you'll get the exact link to that show, so you can go ahead and get your Assemblage Beam actually aligned right on the show. So it's really cool. You can do it right on the show. So that's Monday at noon. We're going to air that replay. And the last announcement I have is that if you missed my internal muscle testing training webinar, the masterclass on internal muscle testing, which is using the STOIM technique to get a yes and then a no, when you don't actually have to use your muscles per se for muscle testing, I have a free replay up. So if you're already registered, you have the link to the free replay. I know some people were asking if there was a scrubbed version of the video, meaning that a toggle to go to review something or to go forwards and backwards. So, and for whatever reason, Webinar Jam doesn't have that feature right now, but it has the other features like downloadable handouts and all that kind of stuff. So what I did was I put it on YouTube. And that's going to be up till next Wednesday. So yeah, so 2-week replay time. So go check it out now and get your training to know how to do internal muscle testing. There's also a link there for the handouts, so you can download the handouts, as well as a specific link for 50% off of my upcoming Supercharge Your Healing Powers event. So yeah, so check that out on YouTube. I hope you enjoy it, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that now. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll talk to you next week.